That's so cool. The way I kind of figured out that because I have never been to Ucluelet, I've only been to Tofino once. I've always kind of thought of it as like a surf town, and I'm not a surfer. But one of my best friends from high school, Kerry, he is an archaeologist, and he got a job in Ucluelet. And so when he came home to visit, we were hanging out, and he was like telling me about the trails in Ucluelet, and I was kind of like, whoa, what? There's mountain biking there?
Yeah, my name is Kerry Cunningworth. I'm the Director of Culture, Language and Heritage for the Ucluelet government, Ucluelet First Nation. Essentially, this all got started with the formation of the Ucluelet Mountain Bike Association in 2019, and their push to start a new trail, because up till then it was just trails that were built roughly 10, 15, 20 years ago, had kind of fallen to disrepair, and the Mountain Bike Association was trying to clean them up, but felt the need to put in a new trail that was built to modern standards and something that was a little bit more beginner friendly and catered to new mountain bikers. So in pursuing the right path of this, of building a new trail, they came to the Ucluelet First Nation, who are the private landowners of the entire area that those trails are built.
Well, I'm Chuck McCarthy, elected president of Yuułuʔił̔atḥ, Ucluelet First Nation. We looked at it as an opportunity to learn something new within our territory. It's been quite the thing for, the people that are enthusiastic about, the downhill. Both James and T2 started working under my department in the Culture, Language and Heritage, just as assistants, helping out with archaeological work and other culture and heritage assessments that we do in the territory. In 2020, we had the Indigenous Youth Mountain Bike Program come to Hitatsu and put on a trail building workshop in the community. And both of them did really well with the trail building those 2 summers, and really jumped at the idea of doing it a little bit more longer term on Čumaata, wanting to be in nature, wanting to be on Čumaata, as well as the hands-on work that trail building entails. They both really took to it.
A couple tool runs.
Well, my name is James Walton. We are on Mount Ozard on a mountain bike trail that we are building. I'm happy to see the trails coming in because I've never really seen too much activity on the mountain. It's amazing to me that this whole world is there and it's one that I can connect to people with, and I have.
Yeah, buddy! Cool. Keep going all the way. Hell yeah!
Yeah, my name is Tyson Tucci Jr. I'm from the Ucluelet First Nation, and on my father's side. My mother's side is from Heshquit. This land here is the legal territory of my nation. If you were to look at a surveying map, you would see our nation's name on it. It just feels special to be a part of this, just because I really feel it's going to alter the path that our nation goes on involving this mountain.
The last time I was here and I was sharing with the boys is the significance of this mountain is that it shows everyone our territory. And I wouldn't even say our territory, but I would say our Tai Hatwil, our hereditary chief. On his headdress, what we call a hinkeets, it shows the story of how he was gifted his hahuli, or territory. For me, it's cool because it seems like those stories are just coming back again. They were kind of forgotten. When me and my son were talking about what was happening up here, that, you know, the hope is that it preserves the forest up here.
I feel like it's a very good direction, a very good alternative to like my biggest fear of it being, not biggest fear, but a fear of it being logged off again. Because I know there are some people that still have that mindset.
And our people as Nuuch'onuth, up and down the coast, we all have that common teaching that our spirituality happens in the ocean, the rivers, and the mountains, and in the bush. So you can feel that up here.
Yeah!
It's so easy for people just to show up and take the access for granted. I even feel that way. Like I never take like the beauty of where I live for granted, but I definitely take the access to the land for granted. So I think if through what they're doing with educating people on the history of the land, and as well as the future and the people of the land, I think that's really important for, you know, for the tourists rolling in to not just take it for granted and to really get to connect with the place.
Yuułuʔił̔atḥ is my native name from the Joseph Edgar family in DT Dot, Nitnat Lake. My English name is Bernice Tucci. My married name is Bernice Tucci. My education name is Dr. Bernice Tucci. And I am presently the language coordinator for Ucluelet government. Tyson Sr. is my eldest son, and his son Tyson Jr. T2 is his only son.
Like, what did you think when T2 first started doing the trail building and the mountain biking things?
Oh, I was really proud that he was getting out there on the land. It was great because we were beginning to have learning on the land of language too, with cedar bark gathering with the elders, berry picking with the elders, language with, like, say, canoe journey. It was just good to see the elders suddenly remember a word that nobody's ever hasn't said that in a long time. So it inspires them to say what they're doing when they're actually on the land.
When you're on the mountain, you feel it. It's an amazing place to be in the woods. You know, that combined with mountain biking, you feel the focusing of the mind, and it's it's a place where you become a better person.
The thrill is, I think, an important part of my life for me, like getting excited about things or feeling excited about things, like wanting to do something, because this is something that when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I'd totally love to go mountain biking.
That's something that I think even like our elders have talked about, is just if you take care of your body will take care of your mind. And like, yeah, that's literally what it is. Like, just feel like this trail is just a good thing to have here for everyone, whether it be our nation or people in town. It's a good opportunity for folks like us to meet and yeah, just talk like we are right now.
Because I normally hit it on the side.
Yeah.
And I went right off the tip, like that rock.
Yeah.
And it kind of bumps the back of your tire.
You, yeah.
Right.
And I totally landed front wheel first. I'm like, Oh, great. Maybe it's my turn for the collarbone.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh no, is there going to be a twist to this joke?
I think probably the highlight was the canoe practice. Because that, you know, I totally didn't see coming.
We were successful with 2 grants in 2022, and that was to build 2 new trails. One that is a machine-built up trail, fully catered to beginner riders and getting them up the mountain to start the down trails, and then another down trail, again, totally catered towards beginner riders. A lot of the culture and traditional practices in the Ucluelet are you know, focused on clearing your mind and having that focus and connecting with yourself and with spirit. You know, traditionally it's all done outdoors.